Well, the State League competitions were put on hold for what promised to be a blockbuster showdown between the VFL and the SANFL. It was at Northport Oval. The VFL were looking to arrest a drought of more than a decade in terms of victories over the SANFL. Andy Collins was alongside me to call all the action, and Andy, it was a cracking game, wasn't it?
It was a cracking game, and obviously as a Victorian though, we didn't get the result that we wanted. But as a game of football, it was a great spectacle.
Well, the South Australians ended up winning by 22 points, but that doesn't tell anywhere near the full story of the game. This was an arm wrestle right from the very earliest moments.
Yeah, and that's, again, both teams came out to play. They're representing their competitions. They're very proud individuals, and they're very proud of the teams that they play in and the competitions they play in. So we had great attitudes all around, and no one gave in.
It was an interesting style of game. The two teams were structuring up quite differently. The VFL side were looking to attack the goals in a slightly different way to what the South Australians were.
Yeah, the South Australians definitely wanted the ball in deep, you know, within that 20-metre area in front of goals, where the Victorians had to create their goals by presenting shorter, and that caused a problem for the Victorians. And obviously Wonky was the major goal kicker for the South Australians.
Yeah, well, Michael Wonky was absolutely superb. He ended up with 6 goals, and he also created havoc just with some of his individual efforts. And on occasions like that, he set up other goals.
When you have a big key forward with such a presence that he had out there today, players are drawn to him. And, you know, he created other spaces for Eddie, as we've seen, Cullinan. And as you can see there, he's just taking a big, strong mark in very much a plug-and-lock-it type of mould, and he's getting that belly that's probably a bit similar to him.
He kicked that goal off the ground. That was his 6th, Michael Wonky, at the 22-minute mark of the last quarter, and that effectively sealed the game as a contest. And it was a contest that was in the balance right throughout. The South Australians led by 5 points at quarter time, 4 at the half, 7 at three-quarter time. The VFL hit the lead, Andy, with 7 minutes gone in the last quarter. But after that, the South Australians just had too much pace and too much fitness, I suppose.
And there was a critical moment where Adam Mark-on just held the ball on at centre-half forward for a fraction too long in a turnover, transition goal. Then at centre bounce break straight away, goal. All of a sudden, what could have been an inside 50 or a goal-scoring opportunity for Victoria ended up being a big lead for the South Australians.
The numbers were quite similar right throughout the day, but it was 6 goals to 1 in the last 20 minutes of the match that sealed the victory for the South Australians and sealed for at least another 12 months their title as the best state league in football.